Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 12 of Thinktwice, a weekly show where we talk about things going on in the world of Magic the Gathering, gaming, and of course, pop culture. As always, I'm your host, Justin Parnell, joined by my co-host, Ali Aintrazi, and this week, we're going to take a look at the new Ixalan Legal Standard, as well as a couple of weeks of Magic Story. So let me get this straight, Ali. To confirm, you did not pre-release.
You are correct. I did not pre-release.
So you refused to celebrate the new set that's Ixalan. Outright refused.
Exactly. I refuse to celebrate dinosaurs and pirates.
But what about vampires?
They're okay.
What about merfolk?
They're okay too.
Well, I pre-released. But I have to admit, I did not deliver on my promise that I made last week.
You did not go 3-1? Or you did not nap? Or you passed out during match 3?
I played in three pre-releases.
Jeez.
I always play in 3. You gotta do midnight, you gotta get up and go to noon, and you gotta do 5.
Oh my god. You're hardcore.
I am. I love pre-releases. I love them. My first pre-release was Nemesis. Well, my first pre-release that I went to, essentially have gone to ever since, was Legions. I went to one a couple before then, but it was more sporadic. Like I went to Nemesis, and then Invasion, then Apocalypse, then Judgment, and then Legions, and then from Legions on, I've been pre-releasing it up. I love them. They're fantastic.
They're pretty great. They're okay.
I mean, back in the day, back in the old days.
Oh, they were sweet back in the old days.
Yeah, because they were huge events. Like the first.
Yeah.
They used to be like the first pre-release I went to was in like a gym, like a high school gym in nice. Bethesda, North Carolina. You probably have gone to that same gym at some point in the old pre-releases.
Probably. I mean, old North Carolina will take you. I've been to dojos, I've been to gyms, I've been to farmhouses to play Magic. I've been to everywhere, man.
All over. So
yeah, welcome. And they've all been in North Carolina / South Carolina.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. It was organized play's gotten a little tighter in the last decade, but those days were good. The good old days. But pre-releases are great now. I think they're fantastic experiences. I love pre-releases. I played in 3. I played in 2 solo pre-releases, and then 1 two-headed giant pre-release. I always play a two-headed giant pre-release with one of my really good friends, Ian Pritchard. You know Ian.
Yeah, I know Ian. Went to his house and stayed there before.
Yeah, we always pre-release together. So in my 2 solo pre-releases, I went 4-0 both times.
Dang, son.
I know. I played
too good.
I played green-red creatures. It wasn't really dinosaurs. I had a few dinosaurs, but it was like red-green curve.
Sure. Curve stone.
And then I played a really aggressive black-red deck, and my other solo pre-release that also went 4-0. My best deck, however, was my two-headed giant one with Ian. We opened 3 of the card. I can't remember the name of it. It's like just something melody, distracting melody. It's X blue. It's a rare. And it says gain control of target creature with converted mana cost.
Entrancing melody.
Entrancing melody. Yeah, we opened 3 of those.
That's pretty good.
In our two-headed giant pool. So we played a really control-y blue-black deck, and then I played a really a dinosaur-y red-green deck. And the only time that we lost is when our opponents were able to play Gishroth, the gigantic Naya mythic dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
And
Gishroth, Sun's Avatar?
Yes. And then his teammate put a +2/+2 and flying enchantment on it for 2.
Nice, yeah. So that's a big flying dinosaur.
Yeah, they only hit us once. They only hit us for 9. But that was enough.
I'm sure it's all. I'm sure it's all I need to hit you for.
And they only put 4 dinosaurs into play. To be fair, they could have hit 9. They only hit 4.
Oh.
That was.
Did that matter, or is it just 9 damage was enough?
Oh no, the dinosaurs mattered.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. After that, we yeah, that didn't matter. What I mean is they put like 22 mana worth of things into play. So that was pretty good. We lost that one, but we won all the rest.
Oh man.
So that was my weekend. You went to you worked at a festival this past weekend?
Again, I'm a working man. That's it.
Oh,
Just
baby.
call me. That's it. Call me Ali Breadman.
Really, that's the name you want to go with?
Yeah.
I feel like
Anyways,
I feel like you could have I feel like we can work on that.
we can try. But anyways, I was working at Freedom Park. It's a park in downtown North Carolina, Charlotte area.
Mm-hmm.
We're selling food, same types of food as last time, and it was just super busy.
That's good though.
Yeah.
That's hesitation.
I mean, it's okay. It's very busy. Like, the thing was, it was hot this weekend. I don't know if it was hot where in Virginia, but it was hot here.
It was warm. It was definitely warm for sure.
Right. Sure. It was hot here, and we were working behind like fryers and grills and stuff. And I was beat. You know, I came home all stinky and sticky, and man.
Did you eat a fried Oreo like I asked you to for me?
No, but I ate some cotton candy.
Oh, that's not as good. That's not nearly as good.
Well, we actually didn't have fried Oreos.
Oh, well, I thought you had the same stuff as last week. Sounds like you didn't bring the best thing.
Well, some festivals will only let you have a certain number of things to sell. You can't just sell everything.
Sure. So you start a list. You're like, okay, fried Oreos, other stuff, and then there's your list.
No, we decided to go with the full, like meals, like no sweets, basically to get to hit everybody. So if people wanted to eat an actual meal, they came to us. And if they wanted like a cotton candy or elephant ear or funnel cake or whatever, they went or smoothie, whatever, they went somewhere else.
Okay.
So
it's probably smart. Probably made more money.
Yeah. Oh yes.
But
we were the few people actually serving actual meals. So like people that were hungry that wanted a gyro or gyro or gyro, whatever you want to call it, came to us.
I still want to call it a gyro because that's how it's pronounced.
Okay, so they had with some lamb, chicken, steak.
I mean, that sounds really good. I'm gonna be honest.
Italian
that sounds
sausage,
really good because I've not eaten dinner. So that
Polish
sounds delicious.
sausage.
But
chicken kebabs over rice.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Which are delicious. That was delicious.
It sounds fantastic.
The rice was like yellow rice. It was like a little fried and had some vegetables in it, some onions in it, and the grilled chicken was like it was almost like melt in your mouth. Good.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
It was really good.
I'll take one of those.
It's $13.
What? Did I get a friend discount?
$10. God,
you're bending me over a barrel, man. All I want is that melt in your mouth chicken.
It's funny that like that's seriously how much it was. So for chicken on a stick over rice, that was $13.
Yeah, I know. I'm so hungry right now. I might pay for it. I might just do it. If you can get it to me before the podcast ends, I'll give you a 20.
My job is done. Then I've convinced you. I'm probably making everyone hungry now. Everyone wants to come.
I know, it really didn't take much. That sounds so good.
The Ali Festival and do some chicken.
Okay. Is that it? You just worked?
Yeah, that's it. I literally just worked the whole entire weekend.
Okay. Well. All right. Well, in that case, I think we're ready to get into this weekend. So obviously this week, Ixalan today or yesterday, depending on when you're listening to this podcast, that is when Ixalan becomes standard and all formats legal. So we will be right back, and we're going to discuss what Ixalan is going to do to shake up standard.
All right. So Ixalan is legal now in standard. It's legal. Can you believe it?
I actually can't. It's like it's been what is it like? We're going on 8 years of Battle for Zendikar being legal in standard.
Yeah, something like that. 7.5 years.
7.5. Okay, yeah, it was close.
Yeah, 7.5. Yeah, it was close.
I never thought that would help.
So yeah, we're going through Battle of Zendikar, Oath the Gatewatch. We're losing Battle of Zendikar, Oath the Gatewatch, Eldritch Moon, and Shadows of Innistrad.
In that order.
I'm kind of sad. Not well. Yeah.
In that order of importance.
Basically, I am sad that we I feel like Emrakul got no play. She was in the last set. She was in Eldritch Moon, and the poor thing got banned. Like,
dude, I think she had plenty of play.
Oh man,
she got so much play. People got to use her ability that weren't even playing her in their deck. Now, that's not a good ability that you want to use because it means you give your turn up to someone else. But they still got to use it.
I have no idea what you mean.
Well, she granted people extra turns. She gave extra turns for free. She was like the extra turn genie.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, so I'm saying
anyway,
people that even weren't playing Emrakul in their deck got to use Emrakul's ability.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we have Ixalan, and we get to see how impactful Ixalan is. How impactful is it? Do you think?
I mean, I think it's an interesting question because we're taking out 4 sets and we're replacing them with 1. Now, for those of you that have short memories, this is how Standard has worked essentially forever, but over the last 2 years, last 3 years roughly, there was a weird period where that's not exactly how it worked. Where they kind of rotated things at odd times, things stayed in Standard for longer or shorter periods of time, but now we're kind of back to the way it was, so things get to stay for essentially 2 years almost. And normally during these times, this is a huge, massive, gigantic shakeup.
Uh-huh.
But we're kind of in a spot where the 2 best decks, arguably, remain the 2 best decks post-rotation.
Initially.
Day 1, sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll still be part of the metagame. Like, we see energy. Like, Temur, even during... Like, Temur lost basically nothing because all the energy stuff's from Killadash and Aether Revolt. So, like, there's still a force to be reckoned with. Like, there's still a deck. They're still very powerful. And then we have Ramanop Red, which they did lose some things. They lost 8 1-drops. But they gained Lightning Strike.
Which is... We talked about this last week, about how massive that is for this deck. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, they gained Lightning Strike. They gained Rigging Runner.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they didn't gain Soulscar Mage, but now they can play Soulscar Mage because they lost...
But Soulscar Mage gets better with Lightning Strike.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, they lost Village Messenger and Falconwrath Gorger. So they lost the really good 1-drops. And Rigging Runner is a 1/1. You know, that gets another counter. If you did damage to your opponent this turn?
No, if you attacked with a creature, not did damage.
Oh, attacked. Well, still, like, it's a 1-drop, and traditionally you don't play a 1-drops on turn 1, so I'm not really sold on that card.
Well, it has first strike also, so
first strike matters usually in the mirror matches. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Again, I think honestly, overall, I think it got a lot weaker. But
yeah, but I mean, okay. I'm just gonna throw this out there. I think you always are underestimate Red.
No, I don't.
I think that you do. I think you do.
Dive to it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You dive to it because you underestimate it. You're not prepared.
No. I just don't think Rigging Runner is a 4 of or an auto included.
And I'm saying I don't think it matters. I think the core of the deck, which is Ramunap Ruins, Kenra Earthshaker, Hazard the Fervent, Chandra Torch of Defiance. You have that's the core. You add Lightning Strike, which is
Crasher.
Yeah, so I mean, like
Kari Sev, Skyship Raider.
Yeah, Do you? I mean, and even if you want, you could add Reality Smasher. I mean,
No.
Monst.
No. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't even say the name of this. What is the name of this card?
The dinosaur?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's a ridiculous name. It's like Monster Rasad.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get to it. Gosh,
It's like no, it's called Charging
Monstrosaur.
Monstrosaur.
Yeah, Charging Monstrosaur, which is just Reality Smasher, just trample haste for 5. If you want if you're trying to get big, you can get big.
So you want to get big, just play Hazret.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think your assumptive demise of red is preemptive.
I'd not say that. I said that overall, I think it's weaker than what it is because it lost 8 good 1-drops. It lost Falconeth Gorger and Village Messenger. Now it has to play Soulscar Mage, and it can't play Green Runner because it's not really a 1-drop slot because it doesn't. You can't play it turn 1. I'm just saying, like overall, I believe the deck is a little bit slower. Not by much, but a little bit.
Yes, but I don't know.
Anyways,
I mean,
that is still a deck. Is Teamer still a deck? Ramen Prep is still a deck. Approach is still a deck. We thought Approach was going to get worse because it lost all 2 cost removal spells. Like it lost Blessed Alliance, it lost Immolating Glare. But instead they're just picking up basically like Farm to Market, settle the wreckage, and they're picking up they're just playing getting the trials like Ops.
Yeah.
So basically, like they got a little slower, but they still have a lot of their 2-drop removal now is instead of Immolating Glare or Blessed Alliance, they're just playing most of those I've seen are just playing 4 Aether Meltdowns.
Yeah, sure. You don't need to kill the creature. You just need to not hit you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Meltdown, if in case Heart of Kieran ever pops up again, it's good against that too.
Well, speaking of Heart of Kieran, do you think that we're going to see a resurgence of vehicles? I know that it lost the best card in the deck, which was Gideon, which is arguably one of the best planeswalkers of all time, in my opinion.
Sure.
But it's still you still. I mean, Gideon and Thraben Inspector, because Thraben Inspector was a really big part of that deck. Like, I think people are not going to realize how much they miss that card until they don't have it. But you still, again, have kind of the core of this deck with efficient creatures in kind of the Mardu colors, and then you have Heart of Kieran.
Oh, I don't think so. I think it's just lost too much. And also, Braid is still a big deal.
Yeah.
I just think it's no. Inspector's huge. You lose the land. You can't reliably play the Spires of Industry with just Heart of Kieran. Like you need Heart of Kieran, Skycreeps counter, and again, like you said, the 1-drop Thraben Inspector was really good to trigger that land.
Yeah,
too,
Thraben Inspector was huge. I'm not necessarily. I agree. I think in the general sense, you're not going to see the Mardu vehicles that you have, but I think you will find I think Heart of Kieran is just such a powerful card that life is going to find a way for that one. I think we're going to see more in Gideon in the trials. I think that card is also really powerful, but we hadn't seen it because of the oppression of getting allies into card. So there was not the Planeswalker rule where they could both exist in the same board state under one player's control before. So it really pushed other Gideons out. I don't think that people are kind of recognizing in Standard how powerful that card is. Starting to see some play in Modern, which actually give people a pretty good idea of how powerful that could potentially be in Standard. So I don't know. I think you're going to see a deck that people might want to call Mardu vehicles as far as like the origins of the deck, but maybe not in the exact same form.
Yeah, just you're saying like decks just playing Heart of Kieran and stuff.
A Heart of Kieran based white-red deck, maybe not necessarily black, but Heart of Kieran and Veteran Motorist. specifically. Like I think, and some planeswalkers probably, and Gideon in the trials. I'll say that 3-card combination. I think you're going to see. Something like that pop up.
Okay, so just to recap the best decks right now, I think are just decks that were from last season, which is Teamer Energy, Approach from Second Sun control decks, Ramen Up Red, and maybe some God Pharaoh's Gift thrown in here and there.
Okay, so what
I do
go ahead.
Let's say I do for Ixalan. I do think eventually dinosaurs will start seeing more and more play. There are some very powerful dinosaurs. I think the most impactful cards are going to be cards like Ripjaw Raptor and Regisaur Alpha.
Sure. So what do you think is going to be the most impactful card from Ixalan in week 1? Because we're going to see them. We're not going to get shut out by just Kaladesh and Amonkhet cards.
I think dinosaurs. Like what one card though? I don't know.
Well, you can say Ripjaw Raptor and Regisaur Alpha as a combination, because I think those cards are going to be pretty linked.
Yeah, exactly. But they're also linked with Savage Stomp.
Yeah,
and they're linked with Commune with dinosaurs,
and probably with Carnage Tyrant.
Yeah. The thing is about Commune dinosaurs, people don't understand is like it's basically it gets a land. You can get a land, so it's basically a tune with Aether. That can late game can also just get you a dinosaur. Yeah,
Commune is a really powerful card. It was a really powerful card when I played it in Limited.
Yeah, it's ancient stirrings for ancient dinosaurs. Let's find some dinosaurs for this thing.
Ancient dinosaurs as opposed to new dinosaurs.
Commune with dinosaurs. Such a funny name.
I know. I said last week I didn't believe it was a real name at first.
Man, I want to. You know what? I need some like. Littlefoot on here, some Sarah, some Petrie. Just have them all up there.
You can get a set of Community Dinosaurs altered to the Land Before Time crew.
Exactly. Then have like some tree stars and stuff. That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna go with the group of dinosaurs. It's gonna be the most impactful group of cards.
I'm going with basically like things like Ripjaw Raptor, Regisaur Alpha, Death Gorge Scavenger, Carnage Tyrant, and then the things that ramp them. Drover the Mighty and the red one, the Otepec Huntmaster.
Yeah, the one that gives them haste. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
basically just dinosaurs.
I'm gonna go with blue cards.
Okay.
Specifically, like tempo blue cards. I think Spell Pierce and Chart a Course. Specifically, Chart a Course. I actually think this is going to be like one of the big breakout cards.
For when? The next Open or something?
Yeah, this weekend.
Okay.
At the SCG Open in Dallas. I think Chart a Course is going to be. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a breakout or like a most played card, but I think it's going to be a breakout card because if you're playing blue, I think it's really difficult to have a reason to not play this card. Like drawing 2 for 2 mana it's actually a kind of a ridiculous rate that we haven't seen in a really long time. And I know it has the downside if you didn't attack, you have to discard. I don't even know that that's necessarily a downside, honestly. As we'll get to in a second, I think that could potentially be upside. But I'm going to go with Chart a Course as my singular breakout card for Ixalan card for this weekend.
Okay, well, if I want to go, if you want me to do a singular outside dinosaurs, I'll say Kitesail Freebooter / I'll just go with one.
The Freebooty?
Kitesail Freebooter. Huh?
The Freebooty?
The Freebooty. Yeah. The thing is, like, that one's harder. Like, that card is harder to analyze and like play. Where something like Vraska's Contempt is like, all right, you're playing black.
It's very straightforward. Yeah, it's very straightforward.
Yes. Yeah, Kitesail Freebooter. I remember playing back in the days of Mesmeric Fiend and Faceless Butcher. And I think Kitesail Freebooter is easier. It's just going to be, it's a flyer. It's 1/2 flyer. Yeah. And people are sleeping on this card. I understand Hostage Taker is like Faceless Butcher, but it costs a blue, so it's a little different. But Kitesail Freebooter is the same exact cost. And
yeah.
Overall, I think it's better.
No, I actually agree with you, honestly. I think the fact one that it has 2 toughness, which is kind of it's a big deal because
That's a big deal.
being able to ping it and get your card back, that's always been a weakness of those type cards. And then the fact that it has flying, getting in chip damage. I mean, if you get 3 to 4 damage from this card, which I think is extremely realistic,
yeah,
you have put together. I mean, that is an insane deal for 2 mana. If you're
I agree.
if you're duressing someone and then deal them 3 for 2 mana, and you could be triggering raid, have other pirate type benefits.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to like about this card. I completely agree. Which I think I don't know if people are sleeping on it, but I don't think they're as excited about this card as we are.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not really excited about it. I'm probably this card's probably going to destroy me. But
yeah, I'm excited about it. This is right up my alley.
Yeah.
Okay, so what? All right, so we talked about Ixalan. So what do you think? What's going to be the biggest beneficiary from Kaladesh block, specifically with this rotation? Like what gets better, either a card or a strategy, just from Kaladesh?
What do you think? What's yours? You go first this time.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I have my one for the next one, which is Amonkhet. I had that one ready. I honestly,
okay, I'll go then.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I will say I think it's gonna be one or two things. I think it's gonna be Marinette Master.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yep. Or possibly Metallurgic Summonings.
Okay. I hope it's Metallurgic Summonings. I think that would be awesome.
I think the card is really good. People don't give enough credit.
Oh man. Yeah, your answer. I was trying to find a better answer than the one I had, because it's going to sound boring.
For what, Kaladesh?
Yeah.
Oh, what's yours?
It's Fumigate.
Hey, I tried to let you go first.
I know. Yours was way sweeter. I should have just thrown it out there.
Yeah. No, Fumigate's definitely go to.
Well, I mean, the only sweeper from Ixalan is Settle the Wreckage.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's no
it's a good one though.
It is good. But I think like control decks are really going to start to lean on Fumigate a lot harder than they have in the past, and that's going to be previously that was just like an annoying card, and now Fumigate's going to be like a legitimate Wrath of God that is going to pull your opponent's life total back out of the depths. All the cards all the decks we've talked about have been like aggressive decks, every single one of them. So when aggressive decks are really good, a good Wrath that gains you life is going to be good as well. Mm-hmm. You talked about a Approach the Second Sun deck. This is going to be a big part of that. Good.
Yeah, I think like Selfish Spirit leaving is huge, and so is Avacyn. Like those cards, Fumigate was still played. Fumigate was still played when Selfish Spirit and Avacyn were a thing, and now they're not.
Yeah,
now the only way
no longer.
Yeah, now the only way to give you guys indestructible is from a card in your sideboard like something like Heroic Intervention or Spell Pierce or Negate. It's not really indestructible, but just to stop it.
Yeah,
there's no creature really that saves all your creatures.
No. And coupled with the kind of the approach deck or decks that are playing approach the second bounce, especially control orient decks, they're set up to live anyway. But obviously, the whole point of them existing is to live long enough to cast a spell 2 times. That's how they're winning. So they want to make sure that they can have as much life or as much resources as possible. So it's going to be difficult for people to not get hit by Fumigate. Just especially if they're playing Aether Meltdown, that makes Fumigate even a little bit better. It's only going to be 1 or 2 life, but you and I talk all the time about how 1 or 2 life always matters.
Oh, I agree. Vraska's Contempt is only 2 life, but hey, that matters.
It definitely does. Okay, all right. I'll go first for Amonkhet block. I have a combination.
Okay.
And I'm going to split my vote between biggest beneficiary from rotation for Amonkhet between Godpharaoh's Gift and Liliana Death's Majesty.
Huh.
Yeah, you're like, well, why? Well, the card I was talking about from Ixalan, Chart a Course, I think it plays
Yeah,
directly into both of those strategies pretty significantly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
You're up.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's we talked about it before, but I think getting the trials again will be the one I'll see a lot of play.
Oh, I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I think getting the trials, and my other one I'll go with is Hour of Revelation.
Okay.
The one that destroys everything. Basically destroy all non-land permanents.
Yeah. So you're really on this. So you really think this approach deck? Because I imagine that's kind of where you feel like it's slotting into.
Yeah. Approach. Yeah. I mean, I think approach is just great. Like you have all these board wipes. You have all these cantrips like Opt and Supreme Will, and then you have a win condition. It's slow. Approach is super slow, but like once you stabilize, you can just approach.
Yeah.
And there's no more transgress to mind. Like they can duress you, but it's not the same. Like you can come back from duress with like commit to memory or something, but they also got Search for Azcanta, which is huge. That card is so good in the deck.
Yeah, it's like custom made for that deck almost.
People are playing 1. Some are playing 2. I think eventually we're going to see 4.
Yeah, they kind of help each other, right? Because if you just have one in play, you're just like, well, I'll just bend this other one.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
You know what cards also go with that card?
Even if Chart of
Course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like even if it flips, if the other one's trying to flip, just use your land impulse, and then the other one flips, and you
can play your
keep
other
on tap one.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Do you think we're going to see a resurgence of Winding Constrictor?
Maybe in the beginning. Those decks tend to fold to Fumigate, like hardcore.
I agree. Yeah.
I think in the beginning maybe so, but if they can't find a way to beat Fumigate, which
I don't think they can.
Like
Duress is that's all you have.
Yeah, unless you splash blue,
or unless you're playing that free booty.
But still, they're still top the deck. But yeah.
As I know all too well.
Oh, I know you do. You've played enough Jund and Black removal spells to know that.
Yeah, I've played Thought Season Duress a lot, and all the other ones. If it makes a opponent to discard a card, upcast it a bunch.
Maybe they play Sultai. I mean,
maybe
Soul Pierce is nice. I guess they do technically gain another thing that combats Fumigate, which is Vraska. Vraska does kind of attack from a different angle. Which costs 6, but hey,
it's gonna be. I mean, making them go down to one life that's a pretty big deal. It's anything that connects just ends it.
Yeah. And also, like again, it's like that deck tends to be grindy anyways. It's pretty grindy. Like it's playing Grinding Constrictor, playing like someone playing Glintsleeve Siphoner maybe. I don't know, just Rishkar and Verdur's like they're playing Verdur's Gearhulk, aren't they? I imagine so, or they have been in the past. So
yeah, I would think so.
Vraska's not too far off from that.
Yeah, Vraska's a sweet card. I mean, I agree with you though. I mean, like I'm in the Fumigate camp more than the Black-Green camp, which is weird for me to say, but I think Fumigate is going to be so good that it's going to they're going to need to, if you see it early, the Winding Constrictor decks, I think before it has a real breakthrough, it's going to have to retool to adjust to the metagame. Generally, in an unknown metagame, Black-Green decks they always seem good. As someone who's played a lot of Black-Green decks, because they're always really like grindy decks, they always seem good because it's like, oh, I don't have a bad matchup against anything. Yeah, but you're also not prepared for what ends up being the best deck in the first week or so because you don't know what it is. So you're not able to match your line your answers up with their questions.
You're just a good pile of decks.
Yeah, you're a good pile of cards, and you're gonna win a lot of games, but it's difficult to win a tournament with that type of deck early in a metagame.
No, I agree.
Okay, all right. So last question, and this is arguably the most important one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. What deck would you take to FNM?
Oh, this is the most important one.
I know. That's why I saved it for last.
I would probably take a Bant Approach the Second Sun deck to FNM.
Okay. What are you getting from green?
Bounty of the Luxa, and Haze of Pollen,
Okay.
and Hour of Promise.
Okay. Yeah, those are good green cards. Well, Haze of Pollen's not, but it's good at what it does.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, our promise is tested. That's a winner.
Yeah,
Powerful.
I think Bounty's just great. Like, it's very hard to deal with. It's an artifact, so dodges your braid, and it's just. I mean, there's no more spell queller. Like,
you don't need to be afraid. That's true.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty great.
Bounty just puts me to sleep.
Oh, it's so fun, man. It's exciting for me. Untap, mana, untap, draw a card. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, I literally, when I said it puts me to sleep, I could have said the exact same words to describe why.
Sure. How about you? What would you play FNM? What deck would you take to FNM?
So to FNM, if I could just have, if I just magically could make the cards appear in my hand, I think I would play like a red-green dinosaurs deck, only because it looks like the most fun deck to play week 1. Because I just want to just put gigantic creatures into play and then just savage stomp my opponent's face right off.
That is a deck I'd probably get behind. That seems like fun too.
It does seem like fun. Like I really just want to be like Ripjaw Raptor, Savage Stomp, gotcha.
I mean, you're just playing dinosaurs, man.
I know.
Dinosaurs.
I'm not even in on the dinosaur thing from a flavor perspective. However, as far as like if you remove the word dinosaur or replace the dinosaur with like lemur on like on all of the dinosaurs, and that's just their creature type, I'd be totally in on the creatures themselves. Because I think
no.
I think their size and their ability and rage and all the cards around them are super sweet. It's dinosaurs, whatever, but
nah, dinosaurs are sweet. That's what I meant. Dinosaurs is what I meant. If we said lemurs, I'd be in 2. Lemurs are sweet too. If we said ferrets, I'd be in 2. Or ferrets. Ferrets is the favorite Pokemon in Pokemon.
That's okay. It'd be ferrets too. That's all good.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. What I would do if I didn't do that, I actually would want to give your last week your Disciple Bolus tier Patreon post for our $5 Patreons was a Grixis control deck. I took a little look at that. I think if I couldn't get the dinosaur cards, I'd just leave up a little Grixis control.
No, I think the deck's gonna be sweet too, but control tends to be better once you know exactly
what's going on. Yeah,
the numbers you need. Yeah, exactly. Like I think it has the tools. I mean, like you have Scarab God, you have Vraska's Contempt, you have Opt, you have Search for Azcanta.
Yeah,
you have like Charter Course if you want to go that route. Like you have Spell Pierce. Like, you have a lot of things, but you just gotta know the numbers, and it's hard to know that without actually knowing.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree.
Yeah,
I just want to. I want to torrential Gearhulk back in Vraska's Contempt. That sounds like a good time.
I think so too. Ultimately, though, believe it or not, I think it's gonna be a trap.
Oh, don't tell me that.
I'm sorry. I think it's gonna be a trap. I think you are still going to want to Gearhulk that Glimmer Genius over the removal spell. Unless you have
You mean it'll be right to do it, but I won't want to do it. I'll want to do Vraska's Contempt in my heart, but my brain might tell me you should probably get that Glimmer Genius and just draw 2 cards.
Yes, Scry 2, draw 2. Yeah, ugh, for sure. Fine. It's so powerful. Fine,
I'm just playing dinosaurs. You talked me into it. Just stomping, just savage stomping.
All right.
I told you guys last week, if you were playing an event this weekend, get ready to get savage stomped. Because you are going to learn to hate that card. Unless you're playing dinosaurs, that card is going to annoy the crap out of you.
Stomp, stomp, roar.
Yeah, they're going to be stomping the yard. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, SCG Dallas is this weekend. Obviously, Ali and I are both going to be watching this event closely, especially the results of this event, and go over a bunch of deck lists. So, we're definitely going to come back next week and chat about that. And kind of just see what happens. So, Ali, do you have anything else on Ixalan Standard?
I'm good. I'm ready to move on.
All right, sweet. All right, we'll be back in 1 minute. Talk about some Magic Story. I feel like we've been away from Magic Story for so long.
It's been a minute.
I mean, it's been like 2 weeks. It's been a week. We took a week off.
Yeah, that's what a minute is. A minute covers a minute to a year.
Wow, that is a poor time determining tool. A minute.
That's great. But it covers so much. It's great.
So we have 2 weeks of Magic story to talk about. The first one happened last week, and this was a story that you and I both really liked a lot. It was called "The Talented Captain Vraska." Do you want to give us a rundown of that one? What now?
Yeah, before you run down, that title of the story was... I read the title and I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go.
Well,
but the story itself...
Well, do you know what that's a riff off of? It's supposed to be the talented Mr. Ripley.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I was like, oh my god, stop.
Yeah, no, I got it. I kind of was like, haha, I get it. I got it. But anyway... Yeah, give us a rundown of the story.
Oh, they didn't mess around. Last time we said I was tired of Jace and how can I be so excited when we just saw Bolus? Well, folks, the first paragraph here is about Bolus.
Yes.
Bolus and Vraska. So Vraska gets an invite to Bolus's birthday party. It's not like Bolus's birthday party though. It's to the Pools of Becoming.
Yeah.
So she goes there. And she sees this big dragon. He's like, oh my god, it's a big dragon. He's like, yo, Vraska, I know you want to be the guild leader of the Golgari. She's like, oh my god, that's what I want. It's my dreams and hopes. He's like, I'll hook you up. All right, listen here. Sit down for a second. You go to a place, get this item for me, and if you bring it back to me, I promise you I will make you the guild leader of the Golgari. In her head, she's like, I don't trust this guy, but the reward is worth more than... What you think? What you thinking? So
yeah,
anyways,
whether or not I trust him.
Exactly. Yes. So Vraska, and this plane is Ixalan. So we see Vraska on Ixalan. She's a pirate. She has people following her. It's great. And then like all of a sudden she's sailing in her seas. They're like, hey, Vraska, there's a person stranded on the shore. And she sees this person. She's like, oh my god, this is Jace. What's going on? As soon as she sees him, she wants to kill him. She wants to turn him to stone and put him like on her boat to show off.
She's like, finally.
Yes, finally I found you. So she finds him. She starts talking to him, and she realizes that he's like has dementia or amnesia or whatever. She's like, what happened to you? And at first she's like, okay, you're just playing me. Like you're just trying to
trick me,
mind game me.
Yeah.
But as time goes on, she realizes that like, no, he's not there. Something's wrong. So she allows Jace to live and stay along her ship and do ship stuff. She says, "Okay, I'll take you to an island, then you're gone. Like you're leaving, but for now you can travel with me." So as they're traveling, they a vampire ship is coming like within their range. Jace casts a cloaking spell so the ship can't be seen. And then Vraska casts a spell of silence so the ship makes no noise. So with both their spells combined, like this is literally invisible, and you can't hear or see it. And they sneak up on the vampire ship, and they're able to loot the vampire ship and get the stuff they need. And after that, they fight together. Vraska saves Jace. Jace saves other people. They beat the vampires. Vraska turns the person. The leader of the vampire, the captain, into stone, and then Vraska and Jace become BFFs forever. Or I guess just BFFs.
Yeah, live happily ever after so far.
Yes.
A lot of so this is I think we both agree this is the best Amonkhet. Not the best story since Amonkhet. Since the end of the Amonkhet block.
Yes. Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah, I actually think it's pretty easily the best one.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion. Feel free to disagree.
No, I agree with you because I love what it showed us. It showed us the same thing about, like we were talking about earlier about Red and Amonkhet, how it showed us the other sides of Red besides just angry and raging.
Yeah, impulsive.
Yeah,
so
shows passion.
And we talked about 2 weeks ago. I was like, man, I really hope that we get to see Black as, expanded on like we did with red. Vraska she's black green, right?
Right.
But I feel like Vraska is a primarily black character.
I agree.
Green. I think she's green because she's green. Like I don't know. I know that sounds weird, especially for a planeswalker, but I think they want her abilities to be green, and she was in the Golgari, so they're like black green by nature. But I mean, she's pretty much a black character, and we finally get to see something you were saying is that she's the champion of the meek.
Yes. And
it's not that in the sense like that she's going to. She's not like going around trying to. She's not like champion the meek and and she's like Robin Hood, where she's not like searching out people, but it's more from personal experience.
Yes,
because they go over in this story some of Vraska's past and things that have happened to her, right?
Yep. Yeah, we get informed that Vraska was beaten, she was abused, she was scarred, and even like Jace touching her one time, and they're like, "Don't touch me!" Like she's like being touched. Like she's had some pretty traumatic experiences with other people, and she has been like oppressed and just emotionally and physically abused.
Yeah.
So we learned that, and because of that, instead of like you think of black, oh, she's evil, she's like crazy now because of her past. She was treated badly, so it's going to be like a domino effect. She's not actually. Instead she wants to save the meek. She wants to protect the weaker people. She wants to help them because deep down that's what she wanted, I imagine, when it was happening to her.
Yeah, and she does it in this is kind of where you see the black part is when you see this side of Vraska, it's not, if this was white, when you say like, oh, I want to protect people that have been treated poorly or that are weak and can't defend themselves. For white, that's from a compassionate standpoint. But for black,
right,
this makes me angry and I need to hurt the people that have hurt these people. Yes. And that's Vraska's viewpoint.
Yeah.
She actually specifically talks about the fact that she doesn't just kill people randomly. She doesn't even like to do that. She kills people who she feels deserve to be killed. People that have done bad things or are bad people. And that's who she wants to take care of. Even as an assassin, which is what she was at points on Ravnica, that is what she always felt like should be happening, is this person, based on my moral code, which we actually find out is pretty, I feel like real life realistic, where good is good, bad is bad, but she's an action taker. So when she identifies evil or bad, she wants to destroy that at its core.
Yeah.
This is it's interesting because she talks a lot about how she feels about Jace in this story, specifically saying that she felt like previously that she wanted to work with Jace because she saw a lot of benefit to him. Because I was going to say that it advanced her goals, but that she felt like it could advance their mutual goals. Exactly.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting because it's like black always gets painted as ambitious, self-serving. Exactly. But it doesn't have to be that. It's ambitious, yes. Self-serving, well, ultimately, but self-serving in the way that everyone should be looking out for themselves and making sure that they're not treated poorly.
It's not self-serving to the point where like I get what I want, I'm going to backstab you at the end
at all costs. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's not like let's find a treasure. all right, and now found the treasure. Instead of splitting it 2 ways, I'm going to kill you now. And take it all for myself.
Yeah, and she talks about Jace like as he's. It's weird because anytime, from the story perspective, because you're kind of reading it from Vraska's point of view, but not from a first person perspective, more like the narrator's following over Vraska's shoulder. And Vraska continually thinks and feels. She's like, oh no, I'm just going to use Jace as a tool. I'm going to use Jace as a tool. He's beneficial. But that we know as the reader, that's not how she feels. She's just saying that because she's trying to be tough.
Yeah, she obviously has some kind of underlying feelings for him. She likes him. She likes.
I think she has an extreme respect for his abilities. And
which is weird.
Yeah, it is, and it's pretty awesome.
It's weird coming from her. Yeah.
You talked about when we were talking earlier about how you felt like Vraska's morals were.
How Vraska's what?
Her morals, just in general.
Like basically what you covered. Like they're not her morals. Just because she's black doesn't mean like she's out. She's self like the people on her ship respect Vraska. They will risk their life to protect Vraska, and Vraska will protect her crew fiercely. Like if someone dies on her crew, she's like, oh well, whatever, easily replaced. He's just a person, a number.
Mm-hmm.
Like she has like this family bond of protection, and I will protect my people
at all costs.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's huge for. It's crazy to see that. So
yeah, especially in a like we said, a primarily black character, which is really awesome. I mean, because like for me, I really like black is my favorite color in Magic, and it's very rare that black is not painted as evil.
Yeah.
Liliana has been really the only black character that they have not painted as evil, even if it's like partially black. Like even other planeswalkers other than Liliana, they're always the bad guy.
Yeah, even if I'm biased, like I know I'm obviously biased, but I don't even necessarily see Bolas as evil. Like I don't know. I know he's evil, but like I see like it's weird. Like I guess just maybe because I understand what he wants.
Well, that's the thing. I think evil is, it's a viewpoint type of thing. Like people on one side of a dispute, especially in a fantasy setting where we do have good and evil, people on one side of a dispute view the other as evil, and it might go both ways. And depending on the perspective you're seeing the story play out from, you're like, oh no, this character is evil. This is actually something we've talked about in Game of Thrones with the Night King. Yeah. Where he's like, yeah, he's an evil character, but is he? We don't know that. We just know what the Night King looks like from the perspective of the protagonists. A lot happens the same in Magic, where you generally have characters that are positioned against black characters, so the black characters look evil by default because they're the bad guy.
Black.
Yeah.
Sure. I think Bolas is a bad example. I think a better example of this is the Eldrazi's. Like they're seen as evil, they're seen eater of worlds, they're seen as like just bad things, but
yeah, it's just a matter of perspective though.
We don't really know. Yeah, we don't know. So anyways, but that's like a totally different topic. But also like this story makes maybe like Jace. We saw Jace. He has like muscles. We see who he like the person he is. Like he's on the ship. He's like tinkering with a spyglass. He takes it completely apart, puts it all back together perfectly. People are like all looking at him, like gawking at him, like
wow, like this guy's impressive in an impressive way.
Yeah, and then he thinks he's in trouble. But Vraska tosses him her spyglass. Like, hey, fix mine. Mine's broken. And
he's like excited.
He does excitedly. Yeah. He sees her as like almost like a father figure that he wants to please type deal.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think this is. I'll say this. I don't care for Jace still because a large part of the point of the story is you can start over despite what your past has been. That's actually something that Vraska and Jace both state.
Jace, exactly, yes. That's one thing I wanted to reiterate on is like Vraska is someone that's been damaged and hurt in multiple ways while which was younger or in her past, we'll say. And the person she's becoming is like not what you'd expect. And even Jace, like Jace is literally starting fresh, and we've never seen like even in here, like Jace is like you see Jace be completely different. Like usually he's in the back, he's skinny, he's throwing illusions out, but in one of the fights, Jace is casting illusions.
He throws a punch,
and he's with his illusions in the front lines.
Yeah,
he's in the back lines that are so it's crazy.
I think it was great, and I did like that part because he doesn't know that he shouldn't be doing that, and he did it because he wanted to help, and it was that I did like because that was nice because it's like his first instinct was I need to be helping. How can I help? I need to physically be involved. Where all the other stories we read about the Gatewatch, Jace is specifically like as minimally physically involved as he possibly can be at all times.
Yeah.
And Vraska knew that because she's obviously interacted with Jace before. Because when it's telling the story, it says, Jace's illusion threw a punch, and then the punch landed, which meant that it wasn't an illusion at all. It was actually Jace, and it surprised her.
Yeah. I mean, that surprised me. Like that's crazy. Like, I mean, like you say he should be in the background, but hey, an illusionist that can play like that. They can like, confuse you with other illusions and throwing punches here and there, or basically like blink around. I think that's stronger than just someone throwing fake illusions at you the whole entire time.
Potentially, it might be more useful in this world, at least.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. This is a really good time to point out the difference in when we see Jace in a confrontation. The last two times that Jace has been in a place where he's been in a fight, which is on Amonkhet in Hazaret's Coliseum, where he lost his powers and was literally useless, completely useless. Yeah. His most usefulness was he got thrown physically by Nissa into a bunch of other soldiers.
Yeah.
And then the other time, when he was on Innistrad, when the Gatewatch was fighting Emrakul, and Jace not only was useless, but was literally being played by Emrakul.
Yeah, I think it's a little different too because he's also protecting their minds in a way too, in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, but
yeah. Well, that's what it was perceived. Like he like split himself into multiple people. But anyways, yeah, completely different topic. But
yeah. But I agree. This is I'm interested to see where this goes. I still don't like Jace, and what I don't like about this is it seems like this is Wizards wants to use Jace as a character, but they want you to start over with how you feel about him because people didn't care for him as a character. So It's like, okay, well, we need to start over, but I don't know. We gotta figure out a way to get there.
Yeah. So. Okay, Vraska. I don't care about Jace, but all right, we'll see.
I don't. Also, speaking of Vraska, Vraska says the word asshole
in the story,
which is important. Not important to the story, but important for Wizards of the Coast that they had one of their primary characters say that word, which is generally a word you can't always say on even network TV. And it was in one of their stories. I don't know. I think it makes it more realistic. And the thing is, that's a word that Vraska would say for sure, without question. So, yeah. All right, that's my last point about that one.
I high five that. I like that.
I high five that too. As someone who occasionally has been known to use colorful language in real life, I give a thumbs up.
Okay.
All right, this week's story: the Shapers. Moving on. Ali,
the Shapers.
Give us the rundown for this week.
All right, Gather around, children.
I'm around. Let me get comfortable.
All right. Okay. By the way, excuse me if I butcher these people's names because is it Kopala?
Checks out.
What about Kumini or Kumeni?
Kumina.
Kumena? What is it?
Kumina.
Kumina. And Tashana.
There you go. You got them all.
All right. So we start with Kapala. Kapala is a student of Miss Thunderthigh's Tashana. She's teaching him how to master the waves, talk to trees, all the blue green stuff. He's basically he's a student of Tashana, and Tashana is old as dirt. She's like, from what we can tell, is like the first merfolk ever. Or like not the first merfolk ever, but like one of the oldest merfolk, if not the oldest merfolk.
On Ixalan anyway.
On Ixalan, yes. So she's training Kapala. He's learning from her, and then all of a sudden we see Kumeni. Kumeni is he's like the quote unquote broken student of Tashana. He's the one he had so much potential, but he turned dark. But he's not really dark yet. But like you can tell he's getting there. He wants the immortal sun. He knows people are going after Orskanta, and he knows the immortal sun is there. He wants it for the merfolk. He wants to get it for the merfolk so they can use the power to stop everybody else. He tries to sway his people, but the people end up siding with Kapala and Mr. Thunderthighs. So and that side is, hey, let's keep the immortal sun hidden to everybody, not just everybody, but even to ourselves. So Thunderthighs, we'll call her TT for now. TT follows.
Wouldn't it be triple T?
You're right. It is triple T.
Okay, sorry for interrupting.
You're right. Thunderthighs Tashana. Triple T follows Kumina out to the ocean, and they're both like he's attacking a pirate ship, basically trying to sink it over, and she combines her powers with his, and she just utterly destroys it. He sees how strong she is, and he's like, "Wow, you're so strong. I was never as good as you with magic." And she's like, "Yeah, thank you. Basically, your arrogance will be your downfall." And he's like, "Well, you're old fart." Then he knocks her out. He knocks her on her ass.
Oh, man.
And he's like...
Oh, just because Vraska said it, you can say it now.
Exactly. Lights out, Triple T.
So, all right. First question. Why is she Thunderthighs now?
Have you seen the art? She's like... She's strong. She squats. Tashana squats. She doesn't skip leg day. She's all wavy and swirly and moving all the trees and all the water, and she looks like she's prepared. She's prepared to do some legs only swimming, I guess. I'm telling you, she could crush a watermelon with her thighs.
That's pretty impressive. Okay, note number 2. Kumena is the character that is depicted on the art overflowing insight, and he does not look like a friendly person.
No,
not even a little bit.
He looks kind of
really evil and menacing.
He looks, yeah, I was gonna say that he looks a little evil, which is strange for a blue-green merfolk.
But it shouldn't be, because as we described earlier, any color can be evil, not just black. Any color.
Yes.
There's bad parts. There's bad in every single color of the color pie. All 5 of them. All of them.
Oh yeah, even white can be bad. Anyways.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They can be way overzealous, but
anyway, yes. So
yeah.
I thought the story was okay. It suffers from the "I don't care about these characters yet" thing.
My problem was it was just way too predictable. It was definitely the old story of like
yeah.
You ever seen like even Panda? The Panda had it. Whatever that is, maybe the Panda, Kung Fu Panda. It's basically the same thing there. Like the fallen student, blah blah blah. Anyways,
and then the character that you thought was good, but you never really thought was good because he looks like a bad guy, turns out to be a bad guy.
Yeah, and then I imagine
and now
Kapala's
Kapala's going to have to go find Tishana and have to battle Kumena. Yeah.
Yeah, Triple T's gone. She's tapped out because she's the strongest, but she's tapped out.
And now Kapala's going to have to rise up and use all the power. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hope it goes a different way.
But that's why I see it playing.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. But so one thing about this story we did learn is merfolk on this plane are blue-green. They're not just blue.
And they actually they're solidly blue-green too, like not primary blue.
Yeah.
Secondary green. They're full blue-green.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's cool. And they whisper the way they make the waves work or the trees move away or whatever nature move is by talking to it. They can they whisper to the wind, basically.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I really want whatever happens in their story. I do want it to be good because I think Kumena has the potential to be a good villain because you actually see something that I feel like that doesn't happen very often, and he has a captive from the Sun Empire. Specifically, someone that he's captured. And at one point in the story, he essentially just decide that he ends up killing this captive basically in cold blood.
Well, before that, the captive is literally saying whatever Kumena asks of him.
Yeah, just answering.
Yeah, and Triple T sees that. He's like, wow, he's just answering, even though he's a prisoner. Kumena obviously has tortured him some way, but then he does what Justin you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, and because Kumena wants to find Vraska, which is the Golden City, and Tishana is like, no, because the last time that the Immortal Sun was used, it brought great destruction, and it's the whole reason is we need to protect it from everyone, including ourselves. So Kumena freaks out, essentially is the best way I can say it. Freaks out, and he just murders this captive that he have that was helping them almost.
Yeah, he freaks out in the best way a blue character would freak out. He takes him, he pushes him under the water, and then drowns him, and then presses him against Then his body's pressed against plants for nature to absorb and reuse, recycle type deal.
Yeah. So the full blue, the full green, the full murder.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Drowning has to be the worst way to go, but yeah. But the person from the Sun Empire, we don't know who he is, but he does tell of Utali's vision that she saw the Golden City.
Yes. So this, we know, timeline-wise, this has happened after Watley's story.
Yes, and they also know about Vraska and Jace. They're both going after the Golden City as well, and they have a compass that's pointing into the Golden City.
Correct.
So they know, so they know the pirates are after it.
Well, and they also know that specifically Angrath is also after it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say there's two pirate captains, Vraska and Angrath.
Okay, yep. And we also know the vampires want it too. The vampires want it for a different reason, though. They want it so they no longer have to feed to live forever.
That's right. Yeah. So instead of feeding, they just want, and they also believe that it was taken from them.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll see the vampire story next time.
Yeah, probably so. Probably so. Hopefully, we see Vona.
Yeah.
That's a character I'm excited to find out about.
Okay.
But I mean, yeah, this one was okay. I think we have some potential to kind of
it seemed a lot shorter than usual. Was that just me?
I think it was. I think it was a fine.
No,
I think it kind of been getting longer So maybe we've been a little spoiled with kind of long form storytelling. And also, we're introducing all new characters, so you really got to just lay out before you kind of dig into the characters. You got to lay out what they're about, who they are. So we'll kind of see.
One thing I thought was cool too was Triple T was talking to Kapala in the Primal Wellspring, which is the flip version of Primal Amulet. Like they're just in there. It's kind of cool. Also, if you look at the art for the Primal Wellspring,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at, do you know there's eyes in that little statue?
Doesn't it kind of look like an Eldrazi face?
It looked weird to me.
Yeah, I do notice that there's eyes. It's super weird because it looks like it's like an eyes under a helmet. So I don't know what's going on there, but
it looks like a helmet type deal. I don't know. Either.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is done by John Avon, so you know it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. I don't keep a watch on this one though. They always hide stuff in art, and I feel like this is just another one of those things that was just hidden in the art. But yeah, we'll have to see, I guess.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Ali, do you have any other comments about either Magic story?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. Sweet. I'm good too. Well, in that case, guys, that's our main part of our show today. So we'll be back in just a second to wrap up. I got my pre-releasing in last weekend, so now I'm just gonna relax.
Oh, so let me see. So you're doing the pre-relaxing.
Yes.
Get it?
Yeah, that was a little loose.
That was good.
But I played so much Magic at so many odd hours last week. I got to take a week off. Just got to chill out, man.
No, I feel you on that.
I'm gonna watch.
I
I'm gonna watch some football, which I know you are a big fan of.
I would grub out. I would just watch something I want to watch and just eat.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch some football. I'm gonna watch SCG Dallas. See this new standard. See what's going on with that. I'm sure you're gonna be watching that at some point, or at least finding out about it. So, yeah, that's my plan. You know, I'm just ready. I'm ready for Ixalan. I'm gonna see what it does to other formats. I don't know. This is my weekend off before I start going and doing all sorts of stuff over the next month. So
yeah, we'll get to see what impact it has. Obviously, what impact it has on standard for sure. But we'll even see. I'm sure we'll see deck list 2. We won't see them on coverage. We'll see deck list 2. See what basically opt. I think mostly is what that does to modern. So
chart of course, all formats.
All right. You are super high.
Dude, I might try to play. I seriously, in all seriousness, I know I've been talking about chart of course a lot. I might actually try it in Legacy also.
Okay, I was about to say don't even go there. I thought you were gonna say vintage. I was like, just stop.
No, it's twice as expensive as Ancestral Recall, and only draws you 2/3 of the cards.
Yeah, it can be reduced. Yeah, no. Anyways,
no, seriously. But Legacy though, I'm not joking about that one.
In what deck? Like Merfolk, like Delver?
Yeah, like a Delver deck.
Okay.
2 cards is 2 cards for 2 mana. That's fine.
It's like a treasure cruise that costs 2 mana and 1 less card,
which might still be pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see.
I mean, I'm just going to give it a shot. I'm not saying that I'm entering in the Legacy Championship with it.
Hey man, I'm not gonna say anything. Like you played Death Shadow and Legacy and did well, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I know I do know what I'm doing in Legacy. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm not saying I'm gonna play it, but I want to see what it does. So might be thinking about that. All right, Ollie, what about you?
Well, my mother comes back from her vacation in Lebanon. She's been gone for
a while, right?
Yeah, month and a half, 2 months. She's been gone for a while. I'll pick up tomorrow from the airport.
Okay.
So I get to see her, so that's kind of cool. And then I'm gonna try to play in the Hex 1K. But more importantly, the whole family's together. we have Lily, Aiden, me, and everybody's off work too.
So that's your Amberly, your girlfriend, your son Aiden, and your Amberly's daughter Lily.
Yes. So we're all here this weekend. Because typically sometimes Lily, which is Amberly's daughter, will go see her father for the weekend, but Aiden will go see his grandparents. But we're all here, and we're going to go to a place called, I'm hoping the kids aren't listening, I'm going to whisper it, Lazy Five Ranch. It's a place where you can go and basically just like a giant petting zoo. So
okay. That was good. That came out pretty clear.
Yeah, so that's what we'll be doing over the weekend.
Man, I'm sure. Is Aiden gonna be? Has Aiden gone to that before?
Not really, not a real one. Like he's
but that one because you've gone to that before. You and Amberly and Lily, I think.
No, Aiden has not. So
no, but I'm saying the other three of you.
Yeah.
Is he gonna be scared of the animals?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it'll be fun. It'll be fun. We'll do that. Then I'm sure we'll go get some ice cream.
That's pretty good.
Ice cream.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Yeah. So that's my weekend. Obviously, I'll be watching and keeping tabs on SCG, seeing what's going on. But basically I'm relaxing too, but not
mono relaxing. Yeah.
Yeah, not mono relaxing.
Okay, so I know you saying Aiden's not going to be afraid of an animal. However, in the event that he is, before you go in and scoop him up and do your dad thing, just take a picture of him being scared of an animal and send it to me.
All right. I'll have a phone ready.
And if you don't, I'm going to get Amberly too, because she'll do it.
Okay. All right. I can do that.
Because I'm not saying he's going to be scared of all of them, but there's an animal that's going to make a noise that he doesn't care for.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then he's just going to...
Oh, man. Did I tell you this?
No.
I guess so. Okay, I was at the festival, right?
Yeah.
I brought home 4 bags of cotton candy. I gave 2 to...
I know what Lily does to cotton candy.
Well, I gave 2 away. I gave 1 to Lily. I gave 1 to Aiden. Aiden's in the backseat eating it.
Yeah.
And piece by piece, he's like, this is spicy.
What?
I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you say? He's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is spicy. I'm like, what do you mean it's spicy? I'm like, wait, he's eating a little more.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe he doesn't know what the word spicy means.
Good. Yeah, that would be my thought too.
Yeah, I was like, do you like it? He's like, no, it's too spicy. And so he closes it, and he's done with it.
Yeah.
We get home the next day. I'm like, Aiden, you have some kind of candy if you want some. It's like, no, it's too spicy. I'm like, so I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So I open up this bag. I try a piece, maybe they messed up. Maybe there's some kind of salt or who knows. I don't know.
Sure.
It's not spicy at all. It's super sweet. And then so I'm like, okay. So what I do is I take a piece out. I try it myself.
Uh-huh.
It tastes like cotton candy. I'm like, come here and try this. Put it in his mouth. He makes a face like, too spicy. And I'm just like, okay. All right, it's too spicy. It might be a texture thing. It might be I don't know what, but the boy does not like cotton candy.
Well, I'm sure Lily would eat it. She's a cotton candy monster.
Yeah, I ate his bag, even though my diet, but I ate his bag.
Well, it's better you than Lily. She's, she would nutcracker it, just shove it all in her mouth at the same time.
I don't even know how it's too spicy. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
That's great. That's great.
That's the word you use. Not good or it's too sweet.
Too spicy.
It's too spicy. All right. It was funny.
Oh, that's good. That's good stuff.
Kids, man. Kids are funny.
Oh man. All right. Ali, where can people find you?
You can find me at gatheringmagic.com. By the way, my survey for Ixalan has come out. It's been coming out. It's all out. You can go see it now if you want to go see it. You should go see it. You can find me on twitter.com/Ali Eldrazi or twitch.com/Ali Eldrazi. And I'm streaming Hex, but I'm looking to get into the Magic Online, and I'll definitely be trying some Magic MPG Arena whenever I'm allowed to stream it and play it. What about you, Parnell? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at jparnell1. You can also find me on StarCityGames.com and YouTube. I'm the host of the Commander Versus series. Season 9 starts next week. So we are going to be playing with Ixalan Legends, and we are going to be playing with an absolute ton of cards from Ixalan, like a huge amount of Ixalan cards. So if you are a Commander fan, you definitely want to tune into that one for sure. Outside of that, the Patreon post for this past week is my vintage and legacy experience. So if you are a Patreon subscriber at our Disciple of Bolas tier, which is our $5 tier, you can find all of our posts. The next post for that is going to be from me, and I'm going to do my mono black Yeheni deck, a kind of a picture diary update where I'm going to take a picture of my deck and talk about some of the changes in my deck a little bit. So, and again, this is for our Patreon Disciple of Bolas, which is our $5 plus tier subscribers. So if you are not supporting the show and you would like to, you can go to patreon.com, Thinktwice MTG, or just Think Twice on there, so you can find us and support the show if you would like to. We also have a $1 tier, which gets you early access to the show. You can get it 24 hours ahead of time, versus when we release it to the public for everyone else. And of course, you get that same thing on our Disciple Bolas $5 tier, where you get early access to the show as well as all of our $5 ghosts. If you want to find the show, SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. We'd love for you to share any of those with your friends and other people that would be interested in the show. If you're on iTunes specifically, we'd love for you to leave us a review and a little write-up. Tell us what you think, what we can do better. If it's great, tell us it's great. Leave us a 5-star review. We'd love you forever if you do that. And if you want to contact the show, we're at ThinkTwiceMTG on Twitter. And if you want to shoot us an email, thinktwicemtg@gmail.com.
Yeah, if you for serious, if you like the show, you're on iTunes, please leave us reviews. We currently have very few reviews. I think we have like 2. So yeah, if you enjoy it, please leave us a review.
Yep, that is the one of the best ways to help us spread the show is sharing it, leaving us reviews, and of course, supporting us through Patreon. And we do have a couple of new Patreon subscribers. We have a new Disciple of Bolas Patreon supporter, Christopher M. Thank you very much. You know who you are. We appreciate you very, very much. And we have several new Augur of Bolas, which are $1 plus patrons. Thank you guys very much. You guys are all going to be what keeps the show going and helps it grow as we continue to evolve it and have guests on like we did last week with Emma Handy, and hopefully more guests in the future and more cool stuff in the future. So we really appreciate you guys more than you know.
Yeah, again, I'll say it too. Thank you very much for supporting us and helping us out, and glad you enjoy the show enough to support us. So thanks again.
Yep. Also, we want to give special thanks to our director and producer, John Choi, and of course, our graphic designer, Amber West. You guys are awesome. Thank you for doing what you do. And we could not do it without all of our Patreon supporters and those guys too. So, Ali, I think that's the show for this week. So one thing I want to start doing is giving you guys a little taste of next week. So you want to be sure to tune in next week where we cover all of Ixalan Standard as we see it from SCG Dallas. And we're going to go over our top 10 commander cards for Ixalan. So you definitely want to tune in next week to get that. But outside of that, as usual, we love you guys very much. Ali, I love you too.
Love you too, man.
All right. Thank you guys very much for listening. Happy Ixalaning this week. We'll see you next time.
See you next time, and don't forget Triple T.